back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Today I'm bringing you a very cool budget, affordable 308 bolt action rifle. This one is from EAA, and this is their Balikli 308, also comes in 30-06, Turkish wood grain bolt action rifle. Let's get into it. Real quick, if you enjoy this sort of content, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and remember to hit all notifications. Leave a comment down below if you have experience with this rifle. It's fairly new on the market. I'm not sure how many people out there are actually using this yet, but I think that in the budget realm of 308s, in the intro into long range, intro into bolt action, introduction into like long range scopes and things like this, this is probably a really good option. Additionally, this is not the last time you will be seeing this rifle in a dedicated video because I just ordered the Rise Armament Remington 700 trigger from them, and this is a Remington 700 platform that they used to make this rifle. So that will be a cool video coming up as well. If you're interested in something like that, hit up Rise Armament. The code RTT20 will get you 20% off anything in their catalog, including the Remington 700 trigger, all their AR triggers, and alike. It certainly does help out the channel. Let's get into this video. Now you guys who've been around the channel for a while can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've done any sort of a dedicated bolt action rifle review, or lever action for that matter. I'm not a long range shooter. I'm not much of a hunter, and so something like this is not something that's normally seen much on my channel. But when EAA reached out to me and said, hey, you want to check this thing out? I have been doing some more long-range scopes lately, this one being the Vector 3-18, the 3-18 Continental, which you'll be seeing in a dedicated review. But I have been getting more long-range scopes lately. My Savage Hog Hunter kicks like a freaking mule, and so I thought, you know what? It's about time to add some more of these types of rifles to my collection. So I happily said yes. And I've not been sorry. This has been a pretty good rifle. So let's get some quick specs out of the way of the rifle. As you can see right off the bat, this has a beautiful Turkish wood stock on it. Very, very nice looking. So the FUD inside of you can be happy that you bought this while having some of the more modern features on this rifle. Now keep this rifle away from your wives and girlfriends because this is better wood than you've ever given her, I promise. It does come with one 5-round AICS compatible magazine. It is, of course, bolt action, as I said before. Comes with a Picatinny rail on top for your scope. Built in, has a 1-in-10 twist 20-inch barrel that has this very, very nice fluting around it. It is a thinner profile barrel, not like a bull barrel or anything like that. And it is threaded 5/8 for suppressors, having the Titrex from Precision Armament on this, and it has worked fantastic on it. Now the trigger is a flat face trigger that is adjustable. I had a very hard time trying to find the poundage in the adjustment, but know that it does go from fairly heavy, almost sort of unusable heavy, down to a very light, which I have it right now at probably a pound or two in its lightest setting. The safety works very smooth. The thumb safety, just like a Remington, works pretty smooth. The bolt is one thing that it took some breaking in. It is a budget, more affordable alternative. It did take some breaking in. It was very sticky when I first got it, and to today, which I have about 300 rounds through this rifle, I guess, to today, even occasionally I do run into a little hang up just as the round is getting ready to seat before I can lock it in. But if you are very deliberate in your push forward, if you're very deliberate and centered with your push forward, it seems to function very, very well. Again, this is a budget alternative, so I'm not expecting $2,000 rifle fitment and things like that out of a, well, we'll get into that in a minute, how much this costs, but it's significantly less than some of your other rifles out there. With that said, with a little bit of use, a little bit of oil, and the thing seems to function just fine. It is a little loose in the carrier. And that may have to do with, that may be why I had some of that stickiness, in the very beginning. Now, it is my opinion that this is very lightweight. So even with a can and optic on it, I feel like this is a very lightweight rifle. Without the can, without the optic, it's under 7 pounds. It's under 7 pounds. With the can and optic, I couldn't tell you how much it weighs, but it's a pretty lightweight rifle for my experience. And I'm talking strictly from my experience. Now, I'll say that as far as shootability goes, when I first felt the weight on this, knowing that something like my Savage Hog Hunter feels like it weighs considerably more, even though it has a shorter barrel. The shootability of this thing is quite easy. It's very easy on the shoulder. I don't know if it's some magic that happens inside it. I don't know if it's this generous butt pad on it, or a combination of barrel length back to butt pad. And but it's, for a 308, in my opinion, this shoots pretty darn soft. Now, it also suppresses better than my Hog Hunter, than my Savage. It also suppresses better than my Savage, and I'm gonna say that's a lot because of the extra barrel length, this being 2 or 3 inches longer. But this suppresses quite well. Without ears, I've shot this without ears with this can on it for many, many rounds. And of course, without the can, it's loud as fuck. But with the can, it suppresses very, very well. And I don't seem to have a whole lot of point of aim, point of impact shift with a can or without a can, even though the barrel is a thinner profile barrel. Now, as far as the trigger goes, I mentioned that it is an adjustable trigger, that it is from, oh my God, heavy to, wow, that's pretty darn light. Like, those are scientific definitions, by the way. But that's one of the things that I've makes me say that this is, I think, a very good alternative for that, like, intro into bolt action and long range shooting, is because it has a lot of the things that the more expensive rifles have at a lower cost. But there is some probably quality control and fitment things that don't quite meet that $1,000 or $2,000 rifle, standard. So it won't break the bank. It gives you a nicer rifle to put in your gun safe, and it's something that somebody can decide, hey, I want to go a step up. Or even, because this is such a popular platform, being the Remington 700, that they can then mess with this one without having the starting of breaking the bank. Again, some of those fitment things are like, this is a little loose in there. There was some stickiness. There is a little bit of creep to the trigger. If you pull super, 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 super slow, you can feel some little grittiness and creep to the trigger. But again, it's one of those things where I consider this to be sort of that entry-level, affordable option. I wonder how much different the Elmer Fudd cartoons would have been if he'd have had something like this. If he had had something like this and he was hunting rabbits. Now, I've mentioned it being more of a budget, affordable option several times now. So what does it cost? This thing, MSRP is for $699. I've seen it on a number of websites for sale at $619. So right around the $600 range, you can have something like this. And again, I try to judge things by the actual utility of it. What are you getting for the price, and what is it good for? And I think at that right around $600 mark, you are getting a good entry level rifle that has all the features that some of your more expensive rifles tend to have. Now, to the YouTube censors, that is not a promotion of sale of regulated goods or anything of the sort. All I am doing is giving the viewer as much information as they possibly can for educational purposes. So what is my final thoughts on this? I think I've made that fairly clear at this point. My final thoughts on this is that if you're into bolt actions that have really good wood and I know how much some of you are into really good wood, then this is a rifle that I think would look nice in your collection of wood stock bolt action rifles. If you're just getting into long range shooting, you want a budget 308, or 308 and bolt action is just your thing, this is one that I think really can fill a void maybe in your collection. I personally like it. I like it a lot. I'm not going to shoot the crap out of it. That's just not my thing. But I will be changing out the trigger to the Rise Armament trigger, and if that goes well, if some of the upgrades on this go well, then maybe I will continue doing maybe a series on different things that I've done to this, taking a budget rifle and making it as nice as I can. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit up that Rise Armament code of RTT20. That will get you 20% off anything on their site. I know we're not talking about Rise Armament products today, but they are one of the companies that is keeping this channel afloat. So I would very much appreciate any help in that area that I can get. Thank you to EAA for sending this out to the channel. You guys will see more of it. And of course, as I get scopes and cans and things like that in the future, you will see more of this in those videos as well. I do appreciate you guys that are watching to the end of the video. It certainly helps out the channel, and we'll talk to you later.